How's it going, everyone? You got your boy Corey here, aka Crasher, bringing you guys a new video. And ladies and gentlemen, let's waste no more time and let's get into today's subject. So the main subject of this video is going to be addressing the concept of going after sponsors or sponsor shaming, which is a pretty big concern right now in the community, and rightfully so, I think. Now, before we proceed with the video any further, I just want to make a very strong disclaimer to say that those that I mention here in this video to use as examples to further talk about my main subject here, I hold absolutely no ill will towards. So please do not go out of your way to harass said individuals that are mentioned in this video. Videos like these are for the sole purpose of criticism and giving my opinion, not to harass and to witch hunt. With that being said, let's continue. So over the last few days, Keemstar and H3H3 have had this ongoing beef that have just really gotten to a new level here. And there is a lot of stuff that both sides are exposing each other on. And I just want to say this. I was going to keep mum about this, but one of the biggest standouts here in this beef, more specifically from H3H3, was going after Keemstar's sponsor, G Fuel. And because of that, we ended up seeing Keemstar and G Fuel actually parting ways, which is very surprising because G Fuel has been a supporter of Keemstar for a number of years. And for something like this to happen is not only very huge for Keemstar, but this also actually is a very huge deal for the rest of the community, because now this is starting to set a very bad precedent for the future of the community. Because if we take a look at the future and we see how future beef is going to go down, rather than those people addressing each other's arguments and all of that stuff, now there is a new layer added here. They are going to be going after each other's sponsors potentially, and it's pretty much going to get to a point where if this gets out of hand and out of control, these sponsors are going to be very hesitant and, quite frankly, might even refuse to support YouTubers, which could be another form of an adpocalypse for YouTube in general. And YouTube is already a scary fucking place as it is, with the whole thing with COVID-19 and with there being fewer staff working behind the scenes at YouTube. And now we have ourselves this going on. And to be honest with you, this whole beef is something that should have just been between, the two of you and all that stuff. But instead, you're involving outside parties like sponsors and all that stuff. And, sponsors are dropping YouTubers, and, YouTubers are attacking sponsors and all that stuff. Communities are attacking sponsors. It's really getting to a point where we are going to be dealing with a tsunami of shit. And we're already starting to see what could happen if this sort of stuff keeps up, even more so in the future. Another example of this would be the situation with It's a Gundam and Pokimane. Now, It's a Gundam made a video on Pokimane, just kind of like joking around and stuff like that. Wasn't going out of his way to be harmful or have any ill will towards her and stuff like that. But basically, Pokimane went after It's a Gundam's sponsors, and, well, let's just say that because of how influential she is, and because of the entirety of the situation, well, It's a Gundam actually lost that sponsorship. Like, it's one thing to go after someone because of something that they either said or done that you disagree with, and you feel the need to call them out. That's one thing. That is fine in comparison to what I'm going to say next. To go after their sponsor, to go after their wallet, that right there is a low blow, because if they lose that sponsorship, that could be the difference between them being able to pay their bills in the next month and not being able to pay their bills in the next month. Like, this right here could even be comparable to a scenario where, say, if you were to go after someone that you don't like, and you know where they work, and you contact their employer, and you feed them a bunch of information, whether it's true or false or whatever, and that person ends up dropping the person you have a beef with, they get fired from their job, and, well, now they have no way to pay bills. It's essentially like doing that, you know what I'm saying? really fucking scummy. Oh, but ladies and gentlemen, it actually doesn't stop there, because now we actually have ourselves someone actually messaging Old Spice, which is a sponsor of H3H3, and after some time, well, wham bam, now H3H3 has lost a sponsor in Old Spice. So this is way, way out of control right now, okay? This is something that needs to stop and needs to die, like, immediately, okay? Never fucking do this again. Never fucking go after someone's sponsors, because, again, this is going to set a very, very bad standard for the future of YouTube and the community, because now sponsors, after seeing this, are most likely going to be a lot more hesitant about whether or not they want to even support any YouTubers because of shit like this going down. Like, it's not acceptable. This is going to destroy the community, okay? This has to stop now. Like, it's perfectly fine to talk about and expose someone for doing something bad or saying something bad, but don't go after their fucking sponsors. They have nothing to do with this. Like, you're involving multiple parties in this that have no business in this, whether, you know, you think so or not. They have absolutely no business in this, you know? Like, G Fuel, I feel really bad for the employees at G Fuel, and, you know, for all the G Fuel staff that had to deal with the targeted harassment, and it got to a point where Keemstar and G Fuel had to part ways. That's just unacceptable right there. Now we have ourselves the same thing going on, you know, with H3 and Old Spice, and, you know, the whole thing with It's a Gundam and Pokimane. This whole thing just needs to stop. Anyways, fam, that's pretty much all I gotta say here in regards to this whole situation. As for H3 and Keemstar, I'm going to sum things up by saying one statement about that beef. There are things on Keemstar's end where he's said and done some really stupid shit that I have completely disagreed with, and alternatively, when it comes to H3H3, there are things that he has said and done in the past that I disagree with. There, done. Both sides are not perfect. Both sides have said and done some stupid shit in the past, and to be honest with you guys, it's like, you know what? Like, we can sit here all day and we can debate and speculate on this and that, but we really need to look at the bigger picture here, okay? It's one thing to criticize someone, that's fine. That's completely fine. But leave sponsors out of this. Leave them fucking out of this. I mean, do you want to see YouTube go into another adpocalypse where now it's going to be next to impossible to get ads on our videos and to be able to make a proper living off of YouTube content? I really, really don't think that the YouTube community would be too happy about that should that come into fruition. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm going to end the video off here. I want to say thank you guys for taking time out of your days and nights to view this content and view all my other videos. You guys are wicked awesome. I love you guys. Stay safe out there. I'll see you again.